need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
You forgot to say please.
Hello and welcome to OSW Review, the old school wrestling video podcast. We're back for another Brucey bonus edition featuring your boy, Jay Hunter, and the man rated at plus 5 stars, looker of adjectives, and baker of yappa pies. It's Matthew of Botchamania. It's a crack, mate.
Bandabby dozy, I'm about to have a fucking heart attack after trying Rockstar Green Lime. The can is just bright green, which is exactly what my piss looked like 20 minutes later, so thoroughly recommend. This is brought to you by Green Lime.
Thank you for the lovely response to our impromptu NXT TakeOver review.
NXT Takeover, or as Vimeo calls it, Mafu Takedown.
Hey!
Bag of bastards.
Super Brawl SummerSlam?
Summer Brawl Fest Revenge, if it's 2001, yes. 4 fucking hours long.
So yeah, they've actually done quite... let's get to that later. Night 2 of 3.
I'm sorry, Matthew, I'm being attacked by a feckin' dog.
Night 2 of 3 straight with a 13,600 sellout in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. $1 million at the gate. Commentators are Michael Cole, JBL and Jerry Lawler, who were in good form. Apart from a couple of Lawler one-liners, JBL wasn't obnoxious and Michael Cole had one pertinent point per match, which is one more than usual.
Coincidentally, $1 million at the gate is also how much the cost tickets to NXT in London will be.
Are you serious?
They're fairly expensive. £100 is what is being quoted.
Oh, you pieces of shit.
The biggest superstars. The biggest city. The biggest event of the summer.
Please welcome your host for SummerSlam, Jon Stewart!
What's up, brother?
Congrats WWE with Jon Stewart, who just finished his run with The Daily Show as the host of SummerSlam and ESPN coverage with my boy, Coach. They are coming off quite big time and giving off the perception that wrestling is hot again, even if TV ratings and attendance aren't bearing that out. Looking big time is half the battle. And they've done a great job promoting SummerSlam as the summertime WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania 2, that was atrocious.
Jon Stewart being the host. This guy who looked like Make-A-Wish Vince Russo comes out with his grey beard, and he was dressed the same way you dress at 2 a.m. and you need to take your dog out for a quick shite. And this was like, as you said, like, this is the biggest pay-per-view of the summer, the biggest thing of the summer, WrestleMania, Mania, Brock Lesnar. It's this guy, Victor Meldu, just came out. It was just like, hey, I like wrestling. I'm like, we all do, dickhead. But I'm here to see the coachman. But yeah, and then Mick Foley came out and it was like, all right. And he's all right. He can dress like shit. So here was a man who was known for his politics being outdressed by Mick, was once caught on a plane using a bit of electric cable as a belt because he was too tight to buy a new one, Foley. Yeah. And then they talked for a bit, and Foley said, Hell in the Cell, Hell in the... He's just sound bites now. He's like Woody from Toy Story, sadly. It's like you pull the back of his thing. Hell in the Cell, The Rock, Steve Austin, Cactus Jack, bang bang, whatever appropriate. And then he accidentally says, yes, it sure was Rocky. At which point the crowd chanted, Rocky, Rocky, promoting the Rocket Sock. He didn't come out. They sort of, right, that's the end of the segment, bye, with no payoff.
And that's that. Yeah, what was this? Oh, actually, Jon Stewart specifically asked to do a shtick with Mick Foley.
Again, yeah, I'm sure he did. Great. Make a wish. Make a wish, Jon Stewart.
Later, Stewart chastises Heyman over Lesnar breaking the streak.
Oh,
Paul
fuck.
sings "Glory, Glory, Brock Lesnar" in retort, ending with the beautiful verbal bitch slap of "I guess we couldn't get Letterman to present SummerSlam."
That was great. Is Paul Heyman has definitely been helping Brock train for his fight and Undertaker's low blows by giving Jon Stewart one live on TV. Yeah, and again, Jon Stewart's pathetic. Completely out of touch, whatever the fuck they're supposed to be, reality thing of, I'm a wrestling fan, and as a fan, weren't you thinking about all those kids that enjoyed seeing the Undertaker's streak, and you upset them because the Undertaker lost? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Brock Lesnar didn't cheat, he beat him clean. Like, but he's blaming, like, how dare you wrestle the Undertaker, he should have kept his streak forever. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
SummerSlam kicks off with Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. They've been interfering in each other's matches. That's about that. Fargabala! Which means clear the way, Oscailiga. Being Irish comes with great conflict with Sheamus in that we're so proud of him doing so well. Thank God his heel run post-neck injury really toned down his Irish John Cena gimmick. And he's even stopped dyeing his hair. You know, it's just a natural shock of red. So great.
Oh yeah, it is a lot darker as opposed to, radioactive. Yeah, I agree. Sheamus has had this weird glimpses of being really good in between periods of being really bad, and the really bad periods of being way longer. There's TV Sheamus and there's pay-per-view Sheamus, and pay-per-view Sheamus is Scooby-Doo. He's great, he's funny, he does all this, he's an action-adventure, he's a go-getter. And TV Sheamus is just Scrappy-Doo.
Ah. I mean, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy is the Money in the Bank winner, but what's in the briefcase, Shamo? Not a world title contract, but his hang sandwiches, of course. Immediate "you look stupid" chants, thanks to his mohawk and braided beard, so Shamo admonishes the crowd in his thick Northsider accent, "You look stupid."
Bloody hell, is Sheamus here?
Orton does not respect the hawk, throwing his leg out of his leg. I like the look, real "I'm a wrestler" haircut. You'd be embarrassed to have it in public haircut like the Road Warriors, which we don't see enough these days. Jubble name drops Funley and says Shambo's the greatest Irishman of them all. No love for the Duke of Dorchester, Pete Doherty, not the lad from the Libertines. Shambo slows it down with a Randy Orton headlock. Heatless back and forth, Shamo goes for a battering ram shoulder tackle using the ropes and gets beautifully caught by Orton with an RKO. He smartly rolls to the outside to recuperate. Orton gets cut, misses a punt, and gets caught with a white noise for 2. By the way, making fun of Sheamus for his skin colour, that's racist. All in good fun, but you should know that it is. It's alright though. Dodge a bro kick. Dodge an RKO. Hit the bro kick. Then a second one. And that settles Orton's hash. Mr. Money in the Bank wins it in 12-14.
The crowd were amazingly hot for this. It's one of these things WWE keeps on doing where it's, this guy's a superstar, or more or less, because he wins a lot. And this guy is also a superstar, more or less. Let's just have them go at each other. That's a feud, right? And to me, it's just they're together because you have nothing else better to do. But the crowd went ape shit for everything Orton did, which is respect to Orton, because Orton doesn't do anything that he hasn't been doing for years. But it's just the way he's been doing it. Yeah, the crowd was way more generous than I thought they were going to be for this. It was clean, decisive. It's probably still going to continue. Wasn't bad, though.
It's great to get Shamo and Orton over with quickly. They're both just spinning wheels for me. I can't wait to see El Shamo as Rocksteady in the new Turtles movie. On Raw, Orton gets his win back in a worthless 8-man tag.
So does this mean Orton's going to be in Ninja Turtles now?
That's how it works.
See, that should be it. Every time one of them beats the other one just gets his face and automatically appears. It's digitized.
April, give me your bag. It's a new day, yes it is.
Oh, yes. Highlight of the night.
Did you hear them doing it's 2 Live Crew, isn't it? The, hey, we want some pussy.
Oh, is that? No, I haven't heard that before. I'm not with 2. I know 3 Live Crew. That was Billy Gunn. No, it wasn't Billy Gunn. It was Road Dogg. Oh, you white people look the same.
Hey, we want some new day. Dressed in white and gold.
Ah, here you go. Jay, what bar? A new day.
New Day's Biggie is wearing a white and gold trimmed svelte number. He is a can of sugar-free Rockstar energy drink.
Yeah, you can't buy them anymore.
A Magnum White.
Oh, surely the Cadillac of ice lollies.
A Hershey's Cookies and Cream. A Twix White.
I can see a pattern here.
Racist. And Big E, he is a can of pussy.
That tastes nice, actually. Or so I've been told.
Oh, I actually have one for Calisto as well.
El Barro del what? Oh, it's fucking stupid. Okay. Last one was Geordie. This one's from Sunderland. Jay, what bar is Calisto?
Calisto. No.
God, you did.
No. Calisto is wearing a snazzy turquoise and red number with orange trim. He is Alpo Come and Get It Cookout Classics dog food.
Well, I don't know what I was expecting, but... okay.
Fruit Juicy Red Hawaiian Punch.
Uh-huh.
A Bomb Pop.
Red, white, and blue.
A Hubba Bubba Bubble Tape Triple Treat.
I dare you to say that again.
Not happening. But kudos for relating it to wrestling.
The triple threat! Cut my fucking music! Oh, and fuck Ric Flair!
That's exactly. Okay, we got 2 main event ones here. He is vegetarian swallow balls.
Is this an ad on OK Cupid?
And finally, Calisto is a bar of plop.
What? With 2 P's on the end.
The New Day sing a parody of Jay-Z's Empire State of Mind and do a surprisingly good job. The fans appreciate it and chant New Day rocks. Initially brought in as horrific white meat baby faces, New Day got go-away heat. Retooled as heels, it wasn't sticking either, until they evolved into full-on comedy heels, showing so much charisma, enjoying playing the role of delusional bad guys who think they're good guys. It's so entertaining that they'll actually come full circle and be turned face.
They're basically singing Jehovah's Witnesses, and it's tremendous. Yeah, everything you said there, they're so ridiculously entertaining. Big E with his pornographic dancing. Kofi Kingston's always been good, but it's hard to care when he's been doing exactly the same shtick for so many years. And Xavier Woods apparently does everything. You know, he plays songs, he dances, he manages, he wrestles. So he's a nerd. He does plays on games. Love him. The negative thing about this is the New Day are very, 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 very good. And right now, there's nobody to even touch them in the tag division in terms of entertainment. Primetime players were entertaining, then they got their vignettes took off them, so they were just the tag team that happens to hold the title. One of them has Dad of the Year, and the other one posts about fucking people bothering him on his relationship on Twitter like a dick. Not cool, Darren, not cool. Then there's Lucha Dragons, who were hot as hell for a few seconds, and then they gave up on them because, foreigners. The Ascension are dead. Macho Dow and Axel Mania have been redacted. And if there's any other tag teams, I don't think there was another tag team in this match. This was a 3-way, right?
Los Matadores.
Who?
Since WWE are focusing on the women's division, They've no real focus on the tag division, aside from the New Day. The tag division has nothing going on. They're facing Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara, and Calisto. Oh, I love you, Sin Cara. Los Matadores, Diego and Fernando with El Torito, and rounding out the four-way are champions, the prime time players with Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, who are back together after a failed tag team breakup angle. Fancy that. Kofi's golden shoes have golden wings. They're the hover boots from Ocarina of Time. Oh my god. Incredible perversion of the rules as Kofi tries to pin Big E, which would legally net them the tag titles. Brilliant. Calisto is lightning quick and very entertaining to watch. Sin Cara gives his CV for Botchamania. He's just the best at being the worst. A fine "what the fuck was that" with Kofi, and then "what the fuck was that" with Diego, and then "what the fuck was that" with Diego again. Just incredible. After a backbreaker penalty kick combo from New Day, Xavier quips he hates to see a nice guy like Young getting beat. Isn't that nice? Love Big E doing an abdominal stretch and tapping New Day rocks on Darren Young. El Torito tries to Hurricane Rana Xavier, but he turns it into a powerbomb and elates Talking Smack. Big deal, Titus O'Neil gets the hot tag and runs wild. The crowd respond really well, ending in a multi-man superplex and powerbomb from the corner spot.
Yes, Titus's little run where he destroyed everyone. It's like, yeah, so now he's good. Now he's got something to do, and the match that ends with him losing.
They're even, all the crowd were going, hurrah, hurrah. It was really, is this the best?
Well, people like to shout stuff at wrestling, and so that is something to chant, but there's no, no one wants to get behind a fucking loser. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
Clash of the Titus, but Big E hoofs him out and Kofi steals the win and the titles in 11:22. New Day jive dance and celebrate as the crowd chants New Day, New Day, in legitimate appreciation for the most entertaining tag team around right now. First the Smarks, tomorrow the world.
Yeah, a fun match. It had everything you needed. It had 3 teams and a pull at ringside. Yeah, that joke's still going on. New Day won the tag titles. Hopefully this means the end of the PTP New Day feud, because it did in the next night on Raw, because really it was just like most of the tag team division has been since it got revitalized a year ago with the likes of Cesaro and Kid and the Usos, just people wrestling for the sake of wrestling. Like, we're gonna have a tag match, it's gonna be between these two guys, and that's fucking it. No need for a feud. Which is sort of sometimes like, oh, all right, what's the appeal? But the appeal is like, well, it's a great match. I was like, okay, yeah, you got me there. But yeah, it was a great match, and Sin Cara fucked everything up. Thank you. And it's not even the real Sin Cara. It's it's Sin Cara Dos, but he's a big comic book guy, and he's got such a thing between continuity that he obviously saw Triple Mania, or he watched it on Botchamania, saw how bad Sin Cara Uno is, especially when he's wrestling Rey Mysterio, and it was the worst pay-per-view of the year, and thought, well, he is part of the family. He was botching with a purpose.
Take the fish.
It's romantic. It's headless.
What's better name to name a cold fish after another very famous cold fish that we all know? Lana!
Rusev Fudria, Rusev Machka.
Dolph Ziggler versus Alexander Rusev. Since losing at Mania and the US title to Cena, Rusev has dropped being Russian and reverted back to his original Bulgarian brute setting, and has been mega power splitting with Lana, playing the spiteful comic chauvinist, having his own Rusev flag, and calling her a cold fish. she's run off with White Knight Dolph Ziggler, who's actually glowing orange, in his tailspin of a pairing, where the two have absolutely no chemistry, where Ziggles looks like he's actually afraid of kissing Lana. Zigglypuff recently inked a new deal with WWE and had been off TV for a few weeks filming the WWE Studios Lionsgate movie 642 with Kane. Couldn't have come at a better time, as his look and this feud is death for him. In the meantime, Rusev has gotten his own surrogate Lana, Summer Rae, and the three have been carrying the feud. Ziggles came back on Raw just in time for a SummerSlam match.
Yeah, it's not been a great run for these guys so far, in the sense that Ziggler was like, oh, Rusev, you would be nothing without your woman. You're treating her badly, and he came to his aid, which would have been alright, but then he made out in front of Rusev, which is like, okay, that's a bit odd, and then did it the next week. So it's like, Ziggler, you are a weird fuck. No one would do that. Like, oh, well, dickheads would, and if you're going to be dickhead Ziggler, then that's fair enough, but you're supposed to be good guy Ziggler. So, and the fact that at the same time, Rusev started, when he was leaving Lana, were given all these lines and these segments that he basically did a good job with, if the idea was to turn Rusev into the comedy foreign babyface, when he was there going, all the women live to, like, serve me. This shit was so fucking great in there. I can't believe he just said that kind of way. So Ziggler's looked like a dick. Lana has gone from exciting and whatever to, oh, okay, now I'm with Ziggler, I guess. WWE really struggles still to figure out what good people are supposed to do, what nice people, what constitutes a good person anymore.
That's quite accurate. Ziggler's awful dress sense is rubbing off on Lana. She wears a trashy airbrush dress and jacket with her hair not in a bun. Like, she's still gorgeous and all that, but I love the suit. And blue and white, she is a cold fish.
Oh, God.
Rusev's dominant early on, punctuated with an awesome spinning slam. Cole notes Lana was a big part of Rusev's success and wonder if she can do the same for Ziggler. Because of all of his success. I
don't get it.
And Ziggler's already a 2-time world champion, and he still fucks up. There is no hope. Things are going too well for Rusev, so, like many heels before him, he goes up and gets countered from the top rope. A famouser only sees it too. I love how it's a Billy Gunn reference and not a rocker dropper reference.
Yeah, I love that. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm not complaining. Because the famous stuff, often ask, what's the pun?
Oh, it's a type of gun.
Is that true?
Yeah, seriously. Lovely kick, suplex and cannonball. Super impressive for a girthy dude like Rusev. JBL rightly chastises the ref for not breaking Ziggler's sleeper after Rusev grabs and gets pulled off the ropes.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that?
Well, what about the rules? Seriously, what about these rules?
Yeah.
After a Sambo kick, Rusev stomps Ziggler's lower back. Great psychology before an accolade camel clutch. Summer Rae and Lana scuffle on the outside, rendering both men unable to make the 10 count. A count-out finish in 11:50 gets immediately booed, and the women get in on the brawl. More booing. See you for a mixed tag next month, lads, or whenever Lana's cleared to wrestle.
Yeah, so that was weird. It's like, I've got you as my manager now, so I'll be propelled to great heights, and Ziggler proceeds to not win. Feud must continue. Great. And annoyingly, they did the little brawl, and then Rusev, Summer Rae were at the back, and then they played Ziggler's music, which I don't like, because he didn't win. He did not earn the right to have his music played. It was a fucking draw. They should have, like, the draw music, which is like, no contest. Da, 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 da.
No contest. Embrace the strange.
Next up is Stardust and Wade Barrett versus Stephen Amell and Adrian Neville. The Prince of Dark Matter, Stardust, and the Cosmic King, Wade Barrett, versus Green Arrow, Stephen Amell, and Red Arrow, British Rail himself, Adrian Neville. Embrace the strange. Huge fan of the comic book style they're presenting here. Stephen Amell, star of CW's Green Arrow superhero TV show, is a massive wrestling fan and had been campaigning to do something with WWE for years. He had to wait until he was a big enough star for WWE to listen, And he is. And so here we go. Spiraling out from Stardust's feud with Neville and the supervillain taking umbrage with Amell at ringside, saying there's no room in this world for heroes. Henchman Barrett's getting in on it as well, because Amell can't work a singles match and Wade's got nothing else going on and they need a heel to take the pinfall. This is a massive step up for him, as he's been in steady decline since winning the King of the Ring, a death sentence, inheriting a king gimmick, royalty puns, and a losing streak. Add to that, inadvertently breaking Cena's nose, and he found himself on the pre-show battling R-Truth. All hail the Cosmic King. The heels have joined their themes. Barrett's cape has now got layers, and Stardust has a Barrett-esque cape. Love it. Well, I'm hoping it'll mean that they stick together for a bit. But, yeah, no.
Spoilers, they split up on Raw.
What the fuck was that?
Considering all the great gimmicks involved, and by that I mean Stardust. Yeah, this fucking thing. And look, a lovely comic book intro and the summing up of it. Yeah, nice idea. However, this was essentially a vanity project come advertising deal disguised as a match. They could have had the Burger King and Ronald McDonald wrestle this fucking match and have had the same effect. We're supposed to see Stephen Amell, who, as we've said, yes, isn't a wrestler. He's just a fan, but yes, he is very fit because superhero, blah, blah, blah. To do all these moves, these basic week 3 of fucking tough enough stuff, to wrestlers who have been doing this combined longer than Stephen Amell has been alive, was fucking ridiculous to me.
People thought Stardust would revert to Cody after Dusty Rhodes' death, but he's fully committed to Stardust. When Dusty Rhodes had Cody referee his first pro wrestling match, he gave Cody a referee shirt with the name Stardust embroidered on it. And also, Dusty Rhodes flew in Jim Crockett's plane, and that was called Stardust as well.
And apparently Dusty Rhodes loved that because Ric Flair hated it.
That's awesome. Stardust.
Stardust, baby.
I gotta mention Brian's friend Craig completely ruining the big shot of Stardust and Amell. Cody and Amell, they had a big stare down, and there was a guy taking a picture, and then he kind of looks up and sees himself on the Titantron, and he does a big happy wave. So you can only see him and not Cody and Amell. It's amazing. And then he got word that Kevin Dunn was furious. It's just the best. I wish they could call him Green Arrow or Oliver Queen rather than Stephen Amell. You know, kind of keep kayfabe in this comic book match.
Keep kayfabe, yes.
Like, he has a sweet green cowl hoodie that he takes off immediately and is left with boring black shorts. It's a shame. Like, I think he should be wearing some kind of outfit like Rollins or Stardust.
Yeah, I think his entrance music wasn't that good because one of the theme of the match and the show, it should have just been this one thing on the loop going, watch my show, Tuesdays at 9, Tuesdays.
The only thing to note is how Amell does. It's the most important thing of the match. He springboards into the ring, gets shoved, and keeps up. A dodgy hip toss, but sells Stardust's knee and Barrett's kick like death by crumple physics, which is quite disappointing considering he's a massive wrestling fan. He gets beaten down until Neville runs wild with a lovely second rope Starship Pain twisting splash. Green Arrow follows up with a bowling pin splash to the outside, whilst in ring Neville hits a red arrow on Barrett for the win in 7:36. I thought it was quite a harmless match, didn't last long. Amell didn't do much, but he was grand and better than most other celebrity involvements.
See, there we go.
That's not saying much, they're all terrible. Like, WWE officials were said to be quite happy with his performance, so we might see him again.
Anyone could just wander off the street and go, I'm a massive WWE fan, can I get in the ring and just punch Sting in the face until his makeup comes off?
His hat falls off. Exposing his bald spot. Oh, devastating. On Raw the next night, Stardust attacks Barrett. And babyface Neville attacks Stardust, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I don't know what the... Yeah, yeah.
That's it. No, that's it.
Poor Barrett. It should be the pauper. Like, that'd be great. They trade.
That would be great.
They trade places. It's like, I'm not doing very well with my life choices right now. Here, Neville, put this on. And fucking Neville starts losing every match. Neville's like, yeah, mate, can I change your fucking thing back now? And like, as Barrett's fucking world champion is like, no, I never want to see that thing again, King. Jay Hunter, can you do a Wade Barrett impression?
No, it's not very good. I don't even have a deep voice for it. I can only say Wade Barrett. And that's about it.
Do that, please.
Wade Barrett. Oh, Lawler had a swig of his Mountain Dew Kickstart bottle.
Oh, no.
Cole and JBL have not touched their Dew. Still hasn't been opened. Very disappointing.
That was a good bit because Lawler, I think maybe before the main event of the penultimate match, said, oh, a few guys been tweeting me about drinking Mountain Dew. Don't worry, I'm going to do it. And I fucking tweeted, no, Lawler, we were trying to warn you. I'm going to put that audio. Have you ever seen The Page Master?
Yeah.
That when the books figure out like who Dr. Jekyll is and he's about to drink his drink, it's like, no! Fuck Mountain Dew, Jesus.
No!
Weighing in at 221 pounds, The Miz.
And he's a judge on Tough It Up.
Next up is The Miz versus The Big Show versus champion Ryback for the Intercontinental title.
Ryback.
Miz is the breakout star on Tough Enough, showing just how good a host he is. 2004. His current gimmick of deluded Hollywood starlet is his best and fits him perfectly. I don't know what's happening with his shawl jacket, but I love it. Big Show, what's he up to? He's still turning regularly. Like on Raw, his commentary was babyface, but he walked away from a challenge like a heel. Ryback was out for a little while with a staph infection of his right knee. He's Intercontinental Champion since Elimination Chamber in May, as Daniel Bryan had to relinquish it over his never-ending neck problems. The current word is that WWE doctors won't clear him to wrestle, which is quite scary. Hopefully that's kayfabe. It's scary how Bryan would talk about how he could get around wrestling with only one arm. He's also a guy that won't change up his style because of his injuries, so I can't see him having a long career. Please prove me wrong. Anyway, did you like Ryback's SummerSlam sponsor Mountain Dew outfit?
Yes, I did. It looked like one of the slush puppies where you said, can I have a mix?
Miz makes good on his plan to let Show and Ryback gas out and sneak in. Double suplex by Show. I'm a giant. Yes, Mr. Show, you're a giant. Big Show does the worst swanton in history.
This match was so badly put together by three guys who should know better. Like, Big Show's never done one from the top of my head, and I'm pretty sure I remember this. And so he does this in the opening bit. And then in a few seconds later, they're up and act like nothing's happened. Let's not build that bit up, let's just do it. That's the type of thing you'd expect from an indie in the Northeast in front of 20 people, but whatever.
It was hilarious though. It's like he must have lost a bet.
It was sad. It was so fucking sad to watch, really.
Later, he just can't jump for a spine buster. Fuck's sake, mate. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but fuck.
I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he washes himself with a rag on a stick.
What myself on a rag on a stick. Ryback does much better with a top rope splash. After his failed main event push, he's a dangerous wrestler, so you can't have him doing long matches and working with top guys because he'll just injure them, like CM Punk and Cena. He's been breaking out a couple of impressive splashes and such, and it looks good. Samoan drop Shell Shock to Show, and Quickie's skull-crushing finale, but Miz is unsuccessful trying to steal the win on both opponents. Knockout punch to Ryback. Knockout punch to Miz, but Ryback clothesline Show over the top rope and steals the win, pinning Miz in 5:34. This match was a match that happened.
The best thing about this match was the New Day was still tag champs.
Match number 6 is Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Marketed as Family versus Family, containing no relatives. Roman Reigns, after his failure at Mania, the right call in his third ever pay-per-view singles match. He's been drastically bumped down the card. The best thing for him, so the pressure and spotlight's off and he's been improving in ring. He's been rubbing off the goodwill with former Shield buddy Ambrose, an exceptional talent and very marketable cool guy. Look at that Terminator 2 WWE 2K16 ad.
Yeah.
WWE are happy to keep as a mid-carder. They're facing Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, who's back under Bray because what else is a sweaty horror film hit going to do? Why are these lads feuding? Bray meanders in general, doing a Russo TNA booking of surprise attacking a new opponent for no natural reason, and fuck it, we'll just explain it later. And the explanation is, he didn't want Reigns to win Money in the Bank and something you're a father. Ambrose laid it out on commentary on Raw. I don't even know why we're fighting, and it's not going to end at SummerSlam.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I blanked that out. Yeah, JBL said that in this pay-per-view as well, which I'm sure you can bring off. Nothing was solved here tonight, and I loved it. Yeah, okay.
Bray's got a new leather coat with a horned cowl. Looks awesome, but we never get a good look at it. So we're back to the Shield versus the Wyatts, which tore the house down earlier last year. A fast-paced schmoz in and out and inside the ring. Heels work over Ambrose. I really like Harper's big boot and crossface. He's from ROH and Dragon Gate and he's actually quite a good wrestler. Reigns is out thanks to a triple hit combo of a Uranagi into the apron, suicide dive push into the announcer's desk, and a super kick. The crowd get on his case for selling for an Ice Age with a hilarious Roman sleeping chant.
By the way, I timed it 5 minutes. He's on the outside for.
Wow. Good stuff.
Right, and this is supposed to make us like him.
Harper stops Reigns running wild with a Bray distraction into a lovely powerbomb. Time for the Roman show. Everything he does gets heat. 2 Superman punches. Booze. The lads do a Road Warrior safe doomsday device. Yay, Ambrose. Tag in Roman. Boo. Poor lad. He hulks up in the corner, pretending not to hear the overwhelming negativity, hits an atrocious spear. He could break his neck doing that, like Edge did with Brodus Clay, and gets the pin and the 3 in 10:56. Wow, the Brooklyn crowd, much more hostile than the average WWE crowd. Even with pairing back with Ambrose, he can't escape it. And it's like, just Reigns, just stop taking Ambrose down with you. And yeah, see you next month.
Yeah, so it finally became apparent to me what people don't like about Roman Reigns. Because it was for a while, it was people just tributing it to...
Bitch.
Yeah, just people. Oh, people are miserable because he's not Daniel Bryan. Fans. Again, it's always great when the fucking fans are blamed. Like, not just one place's fans, like everywhere else. Everywhere with men. It's fucking, if they toured the island of Lesbos, Roman Reigns would be alright. So, okay. But it finally became so apparent during this feud with Bray Wyatt. So Bray Wyatt cost him the Money in the Bank shot, push him on the ladder, and then Bray Wyatt does these promos where he basically says, I'm gonna eat your kids. So Roman Reigns, after hearing that a guy, crazy bearded guy, who was De Niro from Cape Fear, wants to eat his kid, Roman Reigns just wrestled like he was following his steps in a colouring book. You know, like, all right, I'm going to work your leg. All right, I'm going to do this. All right. Okay. He could have been anybody. He could be wrestling Adam Rose's bunny, and he wrestled exactly the same way. And having Ambrose on this show, teaming with Roman Reigns, only highlighted Roman Reigns' shortcomings in the ring when it comes to telling the story and having emotion. Because Dean Ambrose wrestles every match like it's his last thing in this life. Like it's the most important thing he needs to do. Like, and Roman's just, all right, cool. Time to clock in for work. So this match was great for Dean Ambrose, but it did nothing for fucking Roman Reigns. But that's Roman Reigns' fault.
But he's just not very good. Like he's fine, you know?
Yeah, it was good.
Like, it's like WWE are expecting something big from the crowd and are angry that why aren't you treating him like a megastar? Well, he's all right, is why.
They're going, look, he's got his wacky sidekick. And the crowd are going, yay, wacky sidekick. And they're going, no, cheer the main guy. Whoever's putting this shit together doesn't understand how to make a guy good. And then there's a guy like Dean Ambrose, who is just nuts, and people like him because of that. And he has the feud, and he's a man, and he fucking Terminator. And Roman Reigns is just, well, he's a big guy, and he beats people up. It's like, well, it's wrestling. Why should we like someone for doing their job the way they're supposed to? The postman doesn't put something through the parcel flap and go, oh, where's my pop? Where's my pop?
Next up, it's US Champion John Cena versus the WWE World Champion Seth Rollins in a title-for-title unification match. Since winning the US title at WrestleMania, John Cena has been doing an excellent job with the US Open Challenge, wrestling mid-carders in high work rate enjoyable matches every week on Raw. Zayn, Ryder, Ambrose, Barrett, Neville, Rusev, Owens, Cesaro, all just great stuff and excellent use of Cena, having him featured on Raw but not in the main event. On the flip side, WWE haven't decided on how they want to portray World Champion Seth Rollins. One side is a mastermind genius child prodigy, the other a bumbling scaredy cat who jobs to Jamie Noble and has fluked his way through his run. It's typical of WWE for a first championship reign to be booked weak like Jeff Hardy or Rey Mysterio, Dolph Ziggler, all those lads. You gotta wait until their second or third championship for a proper deserving run. Yeah, what a bitch slap to the stature of your championship. State of your stature, mate. New York vignette where Cena sucks up to all the fans. It showcases the knee to the face, Rollins breaking Cena's nose, which is milked for all it's worth. Meanwhile, when Barrett does it, he gets bumped to the pre-show to face the Toilet King or Truth.
In this intro video package thing, it was like, I think everything in history that had ever happened was in this fucking thing. Because it got like Hogan, Backlund, Sheik, Nash, Michaels, like the Twin Towers coming down, the JFK assassination, the fucking Prometheus giving fire to the mortals. It was all this like, this has led us to John Cena versus Rollins part 34. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes, Cena is the disease and Rollins is the cure.
And Jon Stewart is also here.
Cena comes out in his unspeakably atrocious orange and green gear.
I can't do any other accents, really. I'll do Barrett.
Boston accent.
No, I cannot. It's just all American to me.
You know, the water.
Oh, yeah, the meow. Oh, yeah, right. Hey, Jay. What boy is he?
That's pretty good. He is a boost with Gavanna bar.
Oh, I love those.
A bottle of Gatorade.
Yeah.
A packet of crunch cheddar jalapeno Cheetos. A packet of lime and orange Tic Tacs.
Oh, they're nice.
How about a bunch of carrots? And John Cena, yes, he is a limited edition car of Bar Tropicola.
Oh, that looks alright, actually. It's bar. Recession-proof bar. Oh yeah, because I'm on the show, it would be remiss for me to mention that John Cena came out, and not just orange and green, because he's slowly going through all the different paint combinations to have is your bathroom, if you're doing changing rooms back in 1997. But to remiss that, yes, he did indeed have his cum rag. The amount of people that messaged me after I said that says, I love your reviews, Matthew. I love the Cena cum rag.
Rollins is in a brilliant white with gold trim. The fourth member of the New Day.
Jay, what bar? Oh, wait, never mind, sorry.
I actually have new bars for Seth
Rollins. Oh, you
Rollins.
do? Oh, well, fucking hell, yeah. Oh, sorry, then carry on. I didn't mean to do.
So Matthew,
What? Bar. Oh, yeah, yeah, let me out. Oh, yeah, right. 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 Oh, What bar is he? That's because Iron Maiden just come out there. And your album thought do Bruce Dickinson.
All right, rock on. He is a box of Lindor white chocolate truffles.
Oof, couldn't manage all them in one.
A White Ranger. A can of Warsteiner beer.
No idea, no.
A can of sugar-free Calidris 28.
The fuck is that?
And Seth Rollins is that fucking blue and black dress.
Ah, yeah. Oh, no. Please, no, not again.
It doesn't get bigger than this, King quips about a match which isn't the main event. Let's go Cena, Cena sucks chants. Fuck anyone chanting Cena sucks instead of something pro Rollins. It makes the challenger interchangeable and focuses entirely on Cena, as Cena himself pointed out during his feud with Kevin Owens. Cena gets booed and Rollins gets a mixed reaction which turns to just cheers later on. Like a babyface, Captain CrossFit does 3 impressive over-the-top rope moves on Cena in a row. Awesome. And your favourite spot, Cena's didn't get all of it. Fucking springboard stunner. And it always looks naff, and it's never won a match, so what's the point? As the match progresses, Rollins becomes the out-and-out babyface. Like, who can boo a guy that does a double knee press from the top, then a standing moonsault? Very impressive. Then an awesome double foot stomp from the top. A failed turnbuckle spot, but recovered with a powerbomb throw into the corner, and Seth follows up with a gorgeous Eddie Guerrero frog splash with incredible height. The crowd flip for Rollins, rolling through a crossbody and delivers an AA. He doesn't hit a Phoenix splash, but Cena applies the figure 4 to reference Flair and the possibility of him getting that 16th world title. The ref bump and FU means it's time for the finish. Your boy, Jon Stewart, comes out with a chair in the most telegraphed crisis of conscience. He's like a villain from Night Trap, the way he overacts. Stewart heels out and stabs Cena with the chair. Big pop.
Stabs him.
He juts him with the chair. Gets a big pop. Rollins hits the pedigree and wins the US title to become the first ever WWE World and US Champion in 1927.
1927? Doesn't look a day over 30.
The vaudevillains pop, like. Similar to US Champion Goldberg winning the WCW title from Hogan in 98, dual champion.
There was a few things with this match. Yes, it was very hotly contested and physical and all this, but I'm not one who's going over the top with like, how fucking great was this? Because the story was very flawed. Again, who is the good guy here? It's weird how they present it and build it up. You can definitely tell there's different little sections in WWE. There's the people that put this together, there's the wrestlers, and then there's the video package people. The video package people made this look like the most important thing in humanity since the opening of Greg's. And despite being presented as the most important fight of all time, it was everything, and it was a fucking meal deal as well. It ends with Jon Stewart interfering. So I didn't like it. You can't have both things. It's contradiction in terms.
Overall, this was a Rollins exhibition, and it is glorious. It's like Cena just said, let's go out there and show everyone why you're worthy of being champion. He did all of these explosive, athletic, but babyface feats so smoothly. I don't mind the corny celebrity David Arquette heel turn, because himself and Rollins have a past on The Daily Show. Like, even Rollins came and gave him a custom WWE title with the Daily Show plates on it and stuff. It would have been nice to have a clean win in a pass the torch kind of affair, a you deserve it moment, but shit. On Raw, Jon Stewart explains his heelish antics were to deny Cena tying Flair's 16 titles. Flair himself admonishes Stewart, and Cena pays him back with an FU.
John with an elbow to Jon Stewart. Down goes Stewart.
Oh, it's your boy, your girl boy, Matthew. It's your match. It's the main event. What a difference a day makes. Hashtag Divas Revolution. The women warp back to 1997 as it's faction warfare. It's Los Boricuas versus the Nation of Domination versus the DOA. It's Team Bella versus B.A.D, Beautiful and Dangerous versus PCV, Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. I have to say PCV, I like Submission Sorority better, as they're initially called.
Also, like OSW on Xtube.
Yes, never mind the Nazi SS acronym of Schutzstaffel, but more the sorority submission porn series produced by Bang Brothers, who came out and thanked WWE for the free advertisement.
Coincidentally, the Bang Brothers is going to be the new name for the Hype Bros.
I love it. Paige suggested Team Tap or Misfits, but they went with PCB, the worst choice.
The one that sounds most like the drug PCP.
I feel a little bad for the Bellas, especially Nikki.
Oh, God, we're at this
she's
stage
been
now.
champion for 273 days, but her time as champion has been so bad that they've instigated a Divas Revolution, which is, in actuality, it's really just a hashtag WWE can shove down our throats. It just means bringing up 3 new wrestlers and having 2 matches per Raw. It's definitely an improvement, but it's difficult when they're still shackled by how matches are put together. So if they're still booked the same way, it doesn't matter how talented you are, you know.
So, let us rewind the clock. Stephanie McMahon comes out, shouts at the Bellas for some reason, even though Stephanie is a baddie and the Bellas are baddies. So Steph just starts going, no, fucking, we're gonna have a revolution. Wow, those girls on NXT, sorry, those divas on NXT, they come up on Raw, and they have that weird segment where I was like, well, I'm going to team with this lump who's on Raw, and you're going to be with this feckin' idiot from Raw, and then you're going to have Team Wars. And it's like, what? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Faction warfare.
And then they do, we'll talk about other bits of the thing, the Dean Ambrose Reigns thing, where they all have to talk about how much they like each other and how well they get along, despite there being no evidence of this anywhere on the show. We get along fine. Let's discuss. Have you heard the latest MP3 by Shotgun Charlie? Whatever the fucking gimp was that Owens powerbombed. You know, like, it's so forced putting these people together.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Gun. Yeah, and so the result was, it's like, what is it? The Bellas are going, right, we're the champ, ha ha ha. No one can beat us. And they go, oh yeah? Let's have a team match. Where even if you get pinned, it doesn't fucking matter. You'll still be champ. It's like, SummerSlam, baby. Yeah. So it was this match that no one gave a flying fuck about. The only person they did care about was Sasha Banks, who tagged in. Brooklyn went crazy. And then she did a move and went back out.
The crowd quickly cop that everyone's wrestling a typical WWE Divas match and demand Sasha get in with Becky. But they disapprove when she quickly exits. Female dog pile. Can I resist the easy joke calling it a bitch pile? No.
Oh.
What is happening? Even the better divas are wrestling much worse. It, in general, looks sloppy. Moves shown to miss by a mile. It's like they got completely psyched out by last night's phenomenal Match of the Year contender on NXT. Nigel forearm by Nikki and Super X Factor by Brie and Team B.A.D are eliminated. It settles into Paige selling for the next expanse. Alabama Slam! To Paige on the outside. Ouch.
What the fuck was that about? In this era where they're very concerned about, like, concussions and real injuries and holy shit, fucking Paige is like an Alabama Slammer on the outside, on the back of her fucking head. Yeah. You're dead.
Hardcore Holly spot aside, then Nikki does the Steiner push-up spot, finding it really hard and quitting after like 3 push-ups, and then doing jumping jacks and stopping immediately. It's hilarious. Maybe do that shit at the start of the match.
Bull Dempsey should do those spots.
He should. He actually should. It would be great. Brie does some sloppy Daniel Bryan kicks, and there's a hilarious 4 out of 10 sign in the crowd. Which is just could be used with a lot of things. I thought it was hilarious. A knee and a slap, and Charlotte gets the hot tag. Paige eliminates herself and Nikki from the equation with a kind of running spear and go through the ropes. And after a dub spot double boot, Brie misses a wild stray top rope kick. And Becky hits a type of pump handle slam with no bombing. And that's enough for the win in a massively disappointing match in 15-18.
It's so hilarious. Her going, Brie mode! And then jumping off the kick. And like Becky just moving a pixel to the left. That's all it took. It was like, she fucking crashed. She flew through the air like Fat Bastard in Austin Powers 3. It's like,
Man, my brother will love you for making that reference. That's like his favourite film.
Austin Powers 3?
I think because we hate it so much, he's strongly loves it, you know? It's so sad. Such a letdown for the so-called Divas Revolution to have a WWE Divas structured match. Just let the talent ones wrestle in a singles. But you have to wait a few months for that.
I agree. The Divas were revolting. Again, it was one of those ancient, 5,000-year-old British jokes.
I felt like the new Divas are booked like Roman Reigns, in that they're forever waiting for the hot tag to run wild, and they just come in and do their signature moves. But unlike Reigns, they're so much more talented than what we're shown here in Raw and the WWE pay-per-views, not NXT. It's really frustrating state of your Divas division. However, I love Naomi's light-up boots. They're awesome.
That was good, actually, because she got sent the outside and her boots lit up, and fucking Cole was like, sure, so harder. Her boots lit up. NXT women, hey, let's just put them together with the normal Divas that we have on Raw. That'll be alright. And they blew it. Like Stallone in Copland. They blew it. It's pretty simple. NXT women, good. Raw women, bad. But what about NXT women on Raw? Also bad. Did they not raise the Raw women up to the level of NXT? No. They're brought down to the level of the Raw. Ah, okay.
Wait, what about tough enough women on Raw?
So the next match.
Penultimate contest is Antonio Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. Poor Owens settling into his jobber to the stars upper mid-card role. After his incredible CM Punk level introduction to the WWE, he's on a downslope, losing the NXT title and the rematch. He decisively lost his feud over the US title with Cena, and worst of all, he was part of the jobbers who were there to break up the Undertaker Brock brawl. Rah, rah. Cesaro. With Tyson Kidd suffering a serious neck injury after a botched muscle buster from Samoa Joe, I don't know how that can happen. He tucks the head in for safety. Cesaro's been turned face and going it in singles. Bitter that both couldn't capture the US title, these two world-class wrestlers are taking it out on each other.
4 hours is a long fucking time to have a pay-per-view.
4 damn hours.
I was excited to see Cesaro versus Owens, but after having the NXT match Owens had with Balor, and this thing with the main event happening after Rollins Cena, this felt like, alright, can I just get this out the way? And then they wrestled well. They do. I love Owens and Cesaro, and I was fucking spent, to be honest with you. So too much of a good thing.
Oh, he sounds so downtrodden and just defeated.
I do, actually, but then I'm realising at the same time, it's like, what a moaning cunt I am. They have great matches, Jesus.
But it's like, sure, you have great matches all the time, but like, that's only, you know, a part of what makes wrestling great, though.
Exactly.
The lads start off hot, trading over-the-top rope spots. Owens fires up, determined not to lose his 5th pay-per-view in a row. Nice cannonball and somersault leg drop, and slows it down with a headlock. The guys go from impressive big move to big move, rather than choreographed sequences together. Cesaro picks it up with a torture rack slam, delayed gut wrench suplex. I love the Davey Boy display of power, and a torpedo springboard forearm, and a big head of steam jaw jacking running uppercut. awesome. Do you see when he smashed him against the barricade? And it was just an awesome one. It was like a Shoryuken.
Yes.
Owens couldn't get it on Balor on NXT, but he gets it tonight. A top rope twisting suplex. Beautiful. Followed up with a pop-up powerbomb for the 3, and Owens gets a check in his win column in 14:21.
Arr, pop-up powerbomb. Fun for all the family.
And will it get him a gig opening SpongeBob SquarePants?
I was when I heard the SpongeBob theme. I only know the German version because it was on the Other Man Now Dog years ago, which goes SpongeBob Scumcock, SpongeBob Scumcock, SpongeBob Scumcock, which is really hard to forget once you've heard it 50 times. Okay. But anyway, yeah, this match between SpongeBob and Scumcock was pretty good. But like I said, fucking 4 hours. With a Brock Lesnar match to come in, it's like.
But yeah, two excellent wrestlers have an excellent match and some much needed rehab for Owens. Beating Cesaro doesn't mean much, but it's great to see Owens is determined to not slip down the card if he can help it. So it must be time for your main event!
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the Conqueror, my lord! He conquered Undertaker streak. I know that strikes a chord. Now Taker will retire, and not on his own accord. The Conqueror marches on.
It's time for your main event! Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. At WrestleMania 30, The Undertaker suffered a historic loss to Brock Lesnar in the legitimate biggest shock in WWE history, in my opinion. Since then, WWE and Heyman have done a masterful job milking the win for all it's worth, Lesnar being booked to perfection as the main eventing unstoppable beast. When is better to seek your revenge? Battleground, of course. A mere 15 months after the fact, and kicking Lesnar square in the nuts. Then Triple H telling the mid-carders to go pull apart the real main eventers.
Yeah.
On the go-home Raw, Undertaker low blows Brock Lesnar. Why? Undertaker stated, "That's my purse, I don't know you."
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Which one of you is the tallest? It's a good way to defend yourself.
It is. Real heelish action getting the upper hand with low blows, garnering boos from the live audience. Perhaps this is what the desperate Undertaker needs to do to win. Alright, so Undertaker enters. Great to see Al Lundy again. He's grown his hair out and wearing the hat and leather coat again. A nice reversion from the shaved head cowl wearing Taker. This is changing it up that kind of adds to his longevity. Not great to endure, the only entrance slower than Randy Orton's, lasting over 3 minutes, that Lesnar cuts off. Love it. Lesnar ambushes Taker in the corner, but the dead man cleans house, sending him to the outside. Undertaker chants "Overpower Suplex City" chants. And then it starts. Overhead suplex, German suplex, and Brock shouts,
They're so dangerous.
"Suplex City, bitch!" A German, another German, and another one while King mimics vomiting, and a German. Big boot and Lesnar's busted open. Very attitude era where the heel face divide is mixed. It's just two super over talents where both get cheered. F5 through an announce table. Poor Taker lands ribs first into the end of the table. They divvy up their strengths, that Brock is the better shooter, whilst Taker's punches are stronger. Taker suckers in Lesnar and chokeslams him, following up with a tombstone for only 2. And then we get your spot of the match, the reason they had this match. The crowd explode for a sit-up laugh by Lesnar. He's like, and then furious Taker face, dog face by Taker.
I love that. That was fucking great. That's going to be seen in videos until videos stop working.
Hilarious but awesome. His facials upon return have been unintentionally comical. It's like looking like a dog that shit itself. I don't know what's happening. What's happening with this? They're just sitting up laughing at each other. It's awesome. Was that sit-up laugh spot? That's from SummerSlam last year with Cena, right?
Yes.
And it's good stuff. Because they do this spot with Taker, like they did it with Bray at WrestleMania with the Exorcist director's cut walk and the sit-up. Tons of false finishes. Last ride, F5, and a third F5. Still can't seal the deal. Man, 3 should be enough. 1 pedigree was enough. Big moves won't do it. How about submissions? Taker locks in a Hell's Gate, and then Lesnar with a Kimura armbar. Time for the finish. WWE cameras intentionally obscure the angle and the bell rings, and the crowd note a bullshit finish and jeer. Heyman gets in the ring and screams overjoyed that Taker tapped out, but the match continues. You stole my purse! Low blow, and into a Hell's Gate. Lesnar lasts a long time, but he can't escape, he's trapped. Instead of tapping, he flips off Taker and loses consciousness. Undertaker wins by ref stoppage in 17:10. So Taker with the victory, having to heel out and doing what he needed to win. On the replay, we see Undertaker tapping. Heyman was right. Heyman gets on the mic and says everyone saw it and proclaims Lesnar the winner, and we're done. Lesnar theme plays. I thought this was far better match than at WrestleMania, which was terrible as Undertaker suffered a head injury straight away during that one. But it was really let down with a real groaner, find out on Impact finish. What do you think?
Yeah, I had no expectations whatsoever on this match because of the WrestleMania match, and also because I didn't care. I'm getting to the point now where stories are what sell this thing, not this headliner versus this headliner. Again, the fucking Orton Sheamus comparison. Because it's like, it's this part-timer versus this part-timer. It's going to bite them up the arse, and it's been biting them up the arse for a while, but they're not doing anything about it. Maybe eventually NXT will fucking help this. But they're still putting emphasis on the guys that aren't there every week. And the build-up to this made me not want to see it. Because of Undertaker being a dick. And sometimes it's hard to tell if this is going to be a fully fledged, he's going to turn bad run, or it's just, again, once more, on fucking repeat. They don't know how to book nice people. Undertaker's come back like, I'm gonna get my win back. Would have been, like, not enough. So the Undertaker has to kick Brock Lesnar in the dick. He's like, alright. And interfere in a match. And cost him, Brock Lesnar, a good guy, a title shot. For no reason other than he's a sore loser. So I'm like, alright, okay. And then, again, that fucking thing was like, okay, I know some of you are feuding on Raw, but you are all beneath these headliners. You're all worker ants. Get between the two queen ants and separate them. Alright, okay, thanks, Triple H. Hated that. So I was like, and here we go. Special ultra only okay, so what happens when Brock stops wrestling and Undertaker dies? They're fucked. They are fucking fucked. But until then, yeah, this was a enjoyable match because I can't dislike anything Brock does at this stage. He's beyond. He's now at Sasha Banks level of, like, everything he does is awesome. And yeah, the finish annoyed me at first, but I was like, the gut wrench reaction of, fuck this, I'll pay for this fucking thing. But if it is gonna change to Undertaker is just getting a dick to do whatever, getting a dick, sorry. I want your dick. Yeah, if he turns into Austin during Austin Rock at WrestleMania, he's like, I have to beat you, Brock. I have to beat you. They would be okay, and, there's ways of getting around it. It's a shame he wasn't DQ'd for getting kicked in the dick, to be honest with you. Like, why did he do that, Undertaker? I can't stop myself. But, okay, it's a fuck finish. And you have to go, like, okay, Maybe if, like, Brock Lesnar kills Undertaker, another Undertaker would appear at ringside, be played, and just go, aha! Like, and Dr. Doom
Matty
flash.
Jannetty.
Yeah, I was going to say, a Doctor Doom fashion, just go, aha, you've only beaten Brian Lee. So, yeah, it wasn't shit, though, so that's all right. We can all be thankful for that. And, yes, that laughing moment will... You can watch that fucking gif forever.
It will outlast the match.
Undertaker not looking unlike the guy from Home Alone, who isn't Joe Pesci, getting electrocuted.
Splicing. You have to splice that in. Overall, I thought pay-per-view, some great in-ring stuff with poor finishes, which unfortunately is half the enjoyment of modern day wrestling. Ending on a sour note, it's like both main events had a bullshit finish. Jon Stewart heel turn, Taker confusion, never mind Rusev's double countout, and squandering the new Divas talent. The positives are that Seth is showcased why... The positives are that Seth... Positives are that Seth showcased why he's one of the greatest wrestlers going today. Cesaro and Owens delivered as they do. Lesnar and Taker had a much better in-ring match than at Mania. So this is kind of WWE in a nutshell. Tremendous in-ring talent let down by creative. But hey, at least we got new tag champions, New Day Rocks.
Yeah, he summed it pretty well. I love this pay-per-view as if I went to the cinema to see Casino Royale with Daniel Craig, and I got the one with Peter Sellers instead. There were many good bits, but they were all over the place. Yeah.
Yes, why not? Let's run through Raw.
When I got this on the beat, don't pay first. What it come for? In your eye.
The inspirational Bo Dallas trolls Brock Lesnar about his loss, and the Beast Incarnate...
Troll Dallas.
And the Beast Incarnate decimates him with 4 ragdoll suplexes, then crowd pleases by coming back twice for a 5th suplex and an F5, and everyone loved it. Huge babyface moment there. R.I.P. Bo.
Bo is a great character.
I love Bo Dallas. He needs to be on TV more.
Yes.
You know Xavier was trained by Chief J Trombone. We got something to say.
Xavier Woods had a trombone, and Biggie and Kofi sang as they beat the Lucha Dragons.
Getting jiggy? Man, we got jiggy all the time in Sweetwater. What the? Oh my God, are you kidding me? No! You gotta be kidding me! It can't be! We got a little bit more competition. We got some more people to beat in this tag team division.
Their celebration was interrupted by the Dudley Boys. They return, which makes everyone lose their shit. Great to see the massive nostalgia buzz of them hitting all their big spots. Polka Dot Elbow? Well, Devon get the tables, and a 3D through a table.
Yeah. One hand. Fuck yeah, the Dudleys are back. Second hand. Shit. I got the name of the instrument that Xavier Woods was playing wrong 3 times. I called it a saxophone, and I had so many people having a go at me.
Saxophone.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of. New Day are officially the CM Punk in 2012 position of being the main reason, if not the only reason, to watch the rest of the shite on Raw. And yeah, it was like a vote of no confidence for the tag team division of WWE because, fuck it, let's bring the Dudley Boys back.
And it's a vote of no confidence.
But they've done such a bad job of bringing people in, building people up, sorry, beg your pardon, that, yeah, they like it's like, oh, thank God we can bring in another team like that, and they're over as fuck. Thank you again, Brooklyn.
This is the tag equivalent of what they're doing in the main event, in the singles. They just bring over more over talent because you haven't made enough new talent.
Yeah, which is insane in 2015 when if they spent half the time they do trying to kill Ring of Honor on their own fucking talent, they would be great.
Reigns and Ambrose rematch the Wyatts.
So it's slightly annoying because I'm like, oh, you know what? Up until today, this was a good feud. It's over. Bray Wyatt's been pinned. There's been nothing they could do. They're having a fucking rematch of Raw. I'm like, oh.
Ambrose was right. This will never end. Us two were destined to go through this through eternity.
I can't kill you.
You're too much fun.
And you can't kill me because you're shit.
There's a new Wyatt family member. Sam from Game of Thrones. Black Sheep Mask, strongman Braun Strowman, who looks awesome and fits the bill. Poor Eric Rowan. He'll have to go back to being a vintner in his winery.
Yeah, that was curious. What the fuck happened to Rowan?
Oh, he's injured at the moment.
Oh.
On Miz TV. I'm not delighting in this, by the way. Charlotte says the Four Horsemen were the greatest faction in WWE history. An NWA and WCW group that was never in WWE. They come across like heels, and whoever wrote their promo has no prior knowledge of their characters. Nikki follows it up with, wins and losses don't matter. So why the fuck do we care? Miz is great and masterfully interjects with, when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. Which gets a huge pop. PCB were jumped by Team Bella to start this match. And fuck you, Brooklyn, eat shit.
And Brooklyn was like, fuck you, Divas, eat shit.
The crowd just assault this match. Mexican waves, the dreaded "We are awesome" chant, and ignoring the in-ring.
And not only was it the return of the Dudley Boys on Raw, it was also the return of CM Punk chant. I haven't seen him in a while, that fucking Punk. Welcome back, welcome back.
What happened? 2 nights ago, Sasha and Bayley had a milestone match for women's wrestling. To this, afterwards, the Divas took to Twitter saying, shame on you, the Brooklyn crowd can kiss my ass, and not one of them shouldering the blame for a shit segment and shit match.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, it's our fault. Who paid the money to come to this fucking arena? But yeah, the opening, the bit with Miz, again, it was like watching a reality TV segment where it's like, I'm the crazy one. I'm the goofy one. I'm the one who's going to have sex with all the guys, you know, when you have fucking Big Brother or whatever. And crowd was having none of it. They saw through it like Roddy Piper with sunglasses. It just, nah, they were not having any of it. So it's the Kevin Nash thing. He said this years ago where the people writing Raw for wrestlers who are big manly wrestlers and hot women and all this are written by guys who've never been in a real fight and have never fucked a woman. And it was always a good line, but then you watch stuff like this and he goes, have these people even met a human being in their lives? Some of the stuff these people were saying. It doesn't matter. Just horrible. But the highlight was JBL and Cole. God bless them. An entire arena, legitimately. This isn't like fucking 12 people being incredibly loud who were sat right next to the microphone. This was fucking all of them. JBL and Cole putting on their best shit-eating grin faces, like, oh, these crowd, they're having fun.
They're having fun, man.
Oh, a Mexican wave. Ha ha ha. I mean, I know. I don't blame them in the slightest. They know who pays their wages. I mean, I don't know. It'd be great if one day JBL just cracks and goes, well, this is fucking wank, innit, Cole? You know, that'd be nice, but it's never going to happen, and it shouldn't really.
This is wank, isn't it, Cole?
Well, the fans hate this. The fans hate every inch of this. They hate the good people. They hate the bad people. One kid loves the guy with the Speedos. A pause for breath. But again, yeah, people are like, oh, it's the Divas' fault. Oh, it's the crowd's fault. Like, no. It's easy to blame each other.
It's hard to take responsibility, but it's even harder to shut up. And in the main event, after celebrating Vince's 70th birthday, Seth basks in his WWE World and US Champion status, where a bronze statue is to be unveiled. But it's not a statue. My God, it's Sting!
No! Fucking hell. Sting has a 100% loss record in WWE. I've seen Sting wrestle in main event matches that didn't have DX and NWO come out and do it. It's gonna suck. It's TNA. Go back and watch. Go watch Sting versus Rob Van Dam.
That had the best with the mask, the Sting mask.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he takes it off and it's Sting. It's just the best. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed Raw. Thought it was lots of surprises and setting up angles for next couple of months.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And that does it for SummerSlam 2015, folks. Matthew, what's on tap for Botchamania?
I'm probably going to King of Trios, which is Chikara, in September. Hopefully by the time this is edited, this is not be afterwards. And that's it. I sound so fucking sad. I was like, what have you got planned? I was like, I'm going to watch fucking wrestling and put video game music over it, put more Simpsons quotes in it. Maybe if you're very good, I'll put in a Futurama quote. If you don't see a Futurama quote, assume that you haven't been good and get better. I'm going to keep on doing this. I'm going to keep on saying good things about my man, Jay Hunter.
Oh,
And the other two.
stop it, you. Continue. Right. Next up for OSW is the culmination of our X7 storyline with WrestleMania X7, and that'll be a whopper episode. Remember, you can catch all of our episodes free of charge and in 4:3 full screen at oswreview.com, and you can catch Botchamania 286 at botchamania.com or the Facebook group.
Don't go on botchamania.com. It's still not fixed, and if more than 2 people try and go on at the same time, it fucking dies. And no one else has been able to fix this just yet. And the way I've broken it is because every time WordPress says, would you like to update this plugin? I go, well, yes, why would I not want the updated version? And I've said yes to all of them. And apparently, this is the worst thing you can do for a website. So, yeah. If you can fix my website, I will pay you. Apparently, this is impossible. Apparently, Samson, or fucking Odysseus, must be sought out to fix this mighty task. But whatever, if you can fix my site, I'll pay you. Or I'll give you I forgot to pay you.
Alrighty. So it's a goodbye from Matthew.
And it's goodbye from him.
And remember, myself, Jay Hunter. And remember,
You've got your fucking name.
a winner is you.
I'm looking at the Twitter feed and people have been impressed by my Boston accent, apparently. That's a fucking comment. Boston accent was phenomenal. Did you park the car in Harvard Yard, is how you're supposed to say it, so. Did you park the car? Okay. A winner is you. That's fucking gash. Oh, I'm killing yourself.
Did you park the car? I love
Did
it.
you park the car in Harvard Yard? Apparently that's how you're supposed to say it.
I love it. Okay,
I'm glad I remembered it. I wasn't just like, if you talk something that's obscure or whatever, someone doesn't know and they go, I have no idea what you're talking about, you feel really weird. And someone goes, no, you did it right. Like, yes, vindication.
Excellent. Alright, man. We'll probably stop and save this actually before the house burns down.
Seagulls with arson. Give us your fucking tally.